Hey, Crypt Keepers! Is this working? Are we on? Are we on?
Oh my god, it better be working.
We're about 30 seconds ahead, so I guess we'll see
Yeah.
soon enough. But hey, everyone.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you all on a live stream. It's been a minute since we've done one, and I've just been watching all of the chat while we did our little countdown, so I hope that you guys are hyped. I can't express how excited I am, and I know you are excited.
Did you like the countdown music too?
I'm
I liked it.
anxious because we're doing a live stream and they give me like a lot of nerves, but that music got my heart going. Why did you have to pick such intense music, Sharon?
Everyone's saying hi. Hey, everyone. Oh, there's too many. Oh my god.
Oh, hello everyone. Oh my god. Okay, Michael,
There's way too
Darlington,
many.
Ghost Rider.
We're not gonna be able
I
to say hi to
know.
everyone.
Exploring Harley.
It's like
Hi, everyone.
DA. Hey,
Oh my
DA.
god, DA. Yes.
DA wants to listen to it again. Do you want me to run it again?
Do you want to wait another 5 minutes? I think we've made you guys wait long enough. So obviously we're here today because we have a big announcement, a GhostTube announcement, and we have a few sort of things we want to chat about before we get into fully announcing it. And a lot of you already know what it is, right?
Yeah, patrons and YouTube members would already know, and a small handful of users that were luckily selected to just get the new feature ahead of time would know about it as well.
And some of our good friends and family. So before we go in too deep, I did just want to say thank you to everyone because, you know, my YouTube members and my patrons, they have been testing this for a long time. We have been working on this since 2019.
2019, we had an initial version of this, and we had people testing it back then, but then we sort of parked it and revisited it early this year. So this has been in the works for years now. So
yeah, we've been poking at it for years and finally it's here. So it's actually very, very exciting to be able to release this to everyone today. But we want to say thank you to everyone that's contributed, helped us, gave us feedback, reported bugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's helped us so much. And not only the people who are testers, also everyone that watches Amyscrypt and just uses GhostTube in general. We really hope that this is going to be something big and something useful for you all. And yeah, we've been working on this for so long.
Yeah.
I really think this is going to be cool for the community out there of people as well that are involved in the paranormal. And it's something we have been wanting to do and share with everyone for a long time. And, you know, I have experience in the paranormal, a lot of sort of gatekeeping, and I know others have as well. And we hope that this new tool, let's call it that.
It's a tool? Yeah, it's a
Sort
tool,
of a tool,
I guess.
yeah. This new project I really think can sort of help break down barriers. It can help get more people involved, help people share information.
Make the paranormal more inclusive as well.
Yeah, and that's what we're all about. We want people to be in the field. We want others to be able to have experiences and investigate. And I really think that this is something that can be helpful with that and progress the field further than it has in the past.
And this isn't a new app, by the way. It's a new feature. It might be its own app. It could have been its own app,
It
maybe.
definitely could have been.
But it's not. So it's a new feature in the existing apps for now. It might be a new app later down the track.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a value add to everyone that's using GhostTube already. So
yeah, we know that there's a lot of people who are loyal and who use not only just one of our GhostTube apps, but all three of them.
Yeah.
We have a lot. So this is something that's going to be injected into the existing apps to make them better and make them more useful and make you guys who actually use them get more value out of it. Like that's what we wanted. We wanted to reward everyone for just supporting us so much.
A big thank you to Chris West too for your super chat. That's really we really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the new feature. You should already know what it is because I can see you've got a little YouTube member badge next to you, so you probably know what we're talking about. Before we announce it though, we do have a few other things we want to talk about just about Amyscrypt, right? So firstly, you can probably tell behind us.
My dolls are up here behind your head.
We're back! We're back home!
We're back home in Adelaide in Australia. So we've been on the road for 6 months.
6 months?
6 long, hard months.
We are very glad to be back. We love travelling. We love all the countries we've been to, but there's no place like home.
We have had the most amazing experiences, but we have been filming 2 to 3 times a week, so 2 to 3 investigations a week, plus pumping content as we went, and of course working on this feature that we're about to drop. So we're very tired, but I wanted to also just kind of mention that I know this is all about GhostTube, but I don't want people to worry that we're back home and content's going to stall because we film so much while we're on the road. I have months.
We've got a shitload of content still to come.
Don't say
Sorry,
that.
well, shit. We've got a lot of content to come.
Yes, we have a lot of really juicy content. A lot still from the States.
Yep.
And a lot from the UK and even Ireland as well. And we absolutely loved our trip. It was
great.
Oh my God, it was amazing. So,
and a big thank you to everyone that supports us and watches us and uses our apps and everything, because that helps us keep doing what we're doing and create more content for you guys. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're excited to be home, and that allows us to like push forward and, you know, release this, but also make it the best that we can. And there's probably a lot of directions this could go, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
we are ready to announce it, but before we do, so we'll take questions from you guys after we launch our little promo video that we've got here. Just to know, there's a lot of people in the chat. There's only 2 of us. We're going to do our best to answer questions, but if you don't answer your question, please don't take personal offense. Just try to leave us a comment after if we don't get to your question, or send us an email, or leave us a comment on one of our socials, and we'll be sure to try and get back to you. It's just that there's a lot of people here today and we've only got an hour, so we'll try our best. But I think it's ready to announce.
Oh my God.
Ready?
Well, you can do that.
Should we press the button together? I'll press the button.
You do it because I'll mess it up.
3, 2, 1.
Introducing GhostTube Explore, a new social network and knowledge-sharing platform for paranormal investigators and enthusiasts. Search for your favourite haunted locations to learn about its history, ghost stories, to see evidence shared by other investigators, contact information and upcoming events. Discover haunted places near you using GhostTube's new location-based features, or search for haunted locations in your country, state or city. Share your own paranormal evidence, photos, ghost stories and tips to help and connect with other paranormal investigators. Analyze photos and other evidence uploaded by fellow investigators at the locations you are investigating. Follow your favourite teams or investigators, discover new paranormal content, and interact with paranormal creators from around the world. GhostTube Explore can be accessed in your existing GhostTube apps. Just tap the main menu button and then navigate to the Explore tab to access the feed. GhostTube Explore is now available to all users in all GhostTube apps. Just make sure your phone is up to date and you have the latest version of GhostTube installed. If you don't see the feature in your app yet, just head to ghosttube.com. We'll see you soon on GhostTube Explore.
Oh,
That's
exciting.
it. It's out there. Woo!
Oh, I hope you guys like the vid. But also, before we go any further, I just want to say thank you, Jason. Just left a super chat, and it's so nice. Thank you so much, and cool to have fellow Adelaideans on here as well. Like people from Adelaide, Radelaide.
I feel like we need little party poppers. We should have got some party poppers.
That's a great idea.
Anyway, so that's the big announcement, guys. It should be available on all of your apps right now. So just launch your app. You did see on the video like how to get to it. If you can't see yet, just head to ghosttube.com and tap the explore button in the menu, and there should be some links to click to unlock it. But also just make sure your phone's up to date. You've got the latest version of Apple operating system or Android operating system installed, the latest versions of GhostTube apps installed. Make sure all of it's up to date, so that you've got the right version, and then it should appear. So yeah. If not, send us an email at ghosttube.com, of course, and we'll look into it for you.
But no, this is like seriously so exciting. And a big reason why we wanted to make this was, of course, to make a really accessible tool that a lot of people could use and use to share information. And for me, that is what I'm most excited about. The fact that people could go to a location and say, hey, this was my experience. But then the next person who visits there can also go and share their experiences, and we can sort of see correlations between that kind of information.
Thank you so much, Ali.
Thanks, Ali.
We did make home safe. Thank you. And I think another thing that's cool is you could be able to invest. So I guess what you're saying is like you can connect patterns between what other people have captured and what you've captured, and it's starting to create a log history of paranormal activity, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
and then, you know, tips, you could share tips. Hey, this couldn't be accessed, or this worked well for me, or this area, we got this activity.
or this haunted location is next to a nightclub which doesn't finish music till 3 in the morning. So,
Yes.
thank you so much, Candy Dandy. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Candy. Oh, you guys, no, you are amazing.
Do we have any questions? Let me have a look. I'm scrolling through.
Yeah,
I think
so
most people are just like, wow, this was cool. Levy wants to know, will you ever come to Pennsylvania and explore Pennhurst Insane Asylum? That's for you.
Yes, that was a place we were looking at for our trip that we just got home from, but I think we tried to book it, and I don't know, sometimes venues are like sold out for the dates that we need, but I think next time that we go away, because travel's more accessible with COVID and stuff, you know, we'll probably be able to plan out a bit better. But I would love to.
Frida wants to know if this is what I was working on in the backyard during lockdown. I think we both were working on this during COVID,
Yeah.
but we've really been ramping things up over the last 8 months. So yeah, we were busy on this for a while.
Yeah, so whilst we've been traveling, Jared has been super hard at work coding everything behind the scenes for this. So whilst we've been traveling, this has been a massive project for him especially. So
thank you to Nicholas as well.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Thanks, Nicholas. We appreciate
You guys are
that.
amazing.
I'm glad
Thank
you like the
you.
look of the app. Crystal's asked, I'm on a Samsung Fold 3. Can I have it? Crystal, if you've got access to the other GhostTube apps, then you can. But all of our apps do have some minimum requirements and won't work on all phones necessarily. So you'll have to check the website for the minimum requirements. But if you've got the other apps, then yes, you should have it. So, Drew's Paranormal Vlog. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We've got a few people from Adelaide in here too. Shout out to the people from Adelaide.
Yes, and Drew's Paranormal Vlogs from Scotland, and we have a video coming up from Scotland this month.
Preston Smith, what is the version number of GhostTube with Explorer in it? I think the versioning on Apple and Android are the same, and I know on Apple it's 5.0.0. So if you've got above that, you should have it. But I think we're actually up to version 5.0.13. So the latest, the more up to date you've got, the better, because obviously we've been fixing bugs as we've been discovering them as well. So, oh my god, there's so many.
I hope you guys are excited. I've been looking forward to this so much.
Welch, Amy or Jared, have you ever met Zach from Ghost Adventures? Have we?
No.
Does that count?
So we went to the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum like a few years ago when we were in Vegas, and it was so cool. It was really well done. And I actually seen him. We were struggling like at the back of our group, and I seen him. I was like, "Oh, hello!"
He was just like,
and he was like, "Who?"
And then he like quickly ducked into
a room. He was trying to hide, but I spotted him.
Brandy Ray, yes, this is live, and yes, we can see your comments.
Yeah, hey Brandy.
Thank you very much, DA.
Thanks,
we
DA.
really appreciate your support.
You are an angel.
Yeah, you are.
Seriously,
we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Read more. I have a question. Are ghosts real?
Well, that's a very layered question.
Well,
it's hard to say definitively. A lot of people believe so. I believe there's something out there, whether it's a ghost or not, in the traditional sense. It could be an alien, I don't know.
And it's like when people are doing paranormal investigations and they're speaking to something. Like, look at the Sally House, right? Half people think they're talking to a little girl, half people think they're talking to a demon. But nobody actually knows for sure what they're talking to, right? So, yeah, I think there's a lot of unanswered questions, and most of them we might not know the answer to ever in our lifetime. So,
and that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
We want to figure that out, but it's hard.
Spirit Vision ITC bundle option for the apps. We are working on that. Yes, we are working on that. We sort of had to wait for Explore to come out first, because we need a way for you to log on so we can track subscriptions against a person, so that we can track them across apps. Because the way Apple and Android do it, it's segregated for each app. So for each app we've got, we can't see what subscriptions you've got to the other apps, if that makes sense. So yes, that is coming. Now that we've got this out, we can now work on that and get that out there.
It's a little bit more complicated than, to just implement something like that, but we're trying. I think it's pretty close as well.
Adventuring with Us, showing my COD skills. That's a long name. Is there a setting that is best for GhostTube Vox? So with that, my opinion, you might have a different opinion. My opinion on Vox is I think you should just do what you prefer. There's no correct way when it comes to paranormal investigating. I know there's some people that think that they're experts and that their way is the only way and the right way, but that's not the case. I think it's up to your preferences and also your beliefs and also what theories you're testing too.
For us, we mix it up. So sometimes you'll hear us use the white noise option. Sometimes we'll have that off. And the reason being is because we're still figuring out ourselves, like what works best. And maybe it's different for different spirits. But yeah, I tend to keep like maybe the distortion.
I think
down.
we have the distortion about midway, and I think the echo reverb we have down.
Down, yeah.
White noise. So I'll tell you what with white noise. So there's a theory that white noise helps, like, you know, inhibit paranormal activity. Inhibit? No, is that the right word? Conduct paranormal activity. For us though, we found that a lot of viewers, when they're watching videos, they don't like the static noise of spirit boxes and that. So we normally have it down when we're filming. But a lot of people believe that static noise can help conduct paranormal activity. So it depends what theory you're testing, what your personal preferences are, whether you're filming or not, and if you are filming, what your audiences prefer. So it's a bit of that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tamara Holman. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Tamara. That's great. Thank you so much.
Oh, let me catch up.
Appreciate that. Oh, there's so many. I'm
Marco,
looking over here.
do ghosts prefer apples or androids? I don't think ghosts would even have a preference. If they're out there and they exist, I don't think they would know the difference. But for me as a developer, I can tell you I much prefer developing on Apple. And it's not because I'm an Apple snob. It's not. It's just I find that if you think about it, Apple, you're developing for like a handful of different devices. Android, there's about 3,000 devices. And so there are some challenges with trying to support so many different manufacturers and models and stuff. So that's my answer.
If Jared was a ghost, he would be an Apple ghost.
I'm not an Apple snob. Hang on, let me adjust my time on my Apple Watch. Thank you very much, Tommy. Really appreciate that. I work in game development and work alongside programmers, so I understand how hard it is. Yes, it took us a very long time. Thank you, Tom.
That's
we appreciate
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Shadow 6 wants you to come back to WA. Maybe.
I want to come back to WA. I loved our last trip, and we stopped over in Perth on the way home, and I was like, oh, I just want to get out of the airport and just spend a few days here.
TS, what do you do for real jobs?
This is our real job.
This is our real job, yep.
Yeah.
You know what might be a more interesting answer, because you guys see what we do now. What did we do before we did this?
I worked in cinemas.
Amy worked in a movie theatre. I met Amy at a movie theatre when I was younger. I worked in one too. Then I went into cybersecurity and was a cybersecurity person. And now we do this?
Exciting truth of it.
Is it exciting? I don't know.
I don't know. I think so.
Levi, how often do you pick something up with SLS? I would say we don't pick up much on that. I think that's the one we get the least evidence on, and probably just because the nature of the thing, you know?
Yeah, out of all the times that we've used SLS, I can think in my head sort of a handful of moments that to me were genuinely interesting. And we did do a whole video on all of our apps, sort of telling you the best ways to use them. Because we think that helps other investigators to reduce false positives and things like that. So, yeah.
Darlington Ghost Rider, what did you guys do when you got back home? Slept. Yes, we tried to sleep.
Slept a little bit. Just we've only really hung out with my folks.
Yeah, we've sort of been locking down voluntarily just to not see anyone. So we've just been here. We did go, after our few days of lockdown, we did go and buy some equipment for this live stream because we realised we were missing some pieces. We realised yesterday we're missing like a key piece to get all this setup working.
So I literally bought this webcam yesterday. I was so stressed.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah.
Marco. Thank you, Marco, as well.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you.
What would be worse, a prolonged pigeon attack or a genuine demonic possession? Going to be the pigeon attack for Amy.
You know what? If I ever had a demon and demons can see your deepest, darkest fears, it is going to manifest as a pigeon. Or scarier, like a eagle or an owl or something.
Welcome to Ghosts, Maxi, as well.
Welcome.
What does a ghost look like? Ellen, I don't think we really know the answer to that. We've all seen things in the corner of our eyes, or you've seen an apparition, what you believe was an apparition.
I've seen, so I say it was a ghost, but who knows what it really was. Literally just looked like a little girl. But I've also seen things that were sort of shadow. Most recently, the most recent thing I saw was like a dark shadow sort of peeking around a corner, looked like someone sort of peeking around a corner at me. But I've also seen things that are, you know, like light orbs, illuminated balls of light, or a huge orb like this big, as big as like a basketball, that was just black. So I've seen some weird stuff, but...
KJ Hauntings, how was the flight back?
It was brutal.
There were a lot of kids on the plane.
There was
A
a lot
lot.
of screaming kids.
There was one point at like, I don't know what time in the morning it was because of time zones, but there was like 3 or 4 kids like screaming, crying at the same time.
It was a chain reaction. One would
Yeah.
scream and another one would, and then it went around the plane. But we did. It was almost 18 hours from London to Perth, and then Perth is about 3 hours to get home.
I think we were traveling though for over 24 hours, like
Yeah,
with
we were.
stopovers
Yeah,
and that. So
it was
it
brutal.
sucked.
But we got home, so.
Comfort. Out of the country you visited, which country had the most paranormal evidence?
I think it's too hard to say. Like the most recent places we've been, obviously, we did a lot in the UK, but the US and then Ireland.
I think it's hard as well because as we've travelled over the years, we've developed as investigators and also as filmographers. So I think our techniques are evolving. So it's hard to say. Are we just becoming better investigators or more sensitive, or are we going to places that are more haunted? Like I think it's hard to distinguish, right?
I think by the time all of my videos from the US and the UK have come out, you guys will have to let me know because we have some real crackers that some really weird stuff happened in both of those countries. Like,
have you ever been to Monte Cristo?
I've never actually been. I want to investigate there so much, but they don't really do like private rent outs for investigators.
They have public tours and that, but it's hard for us to film in that on a public tour.
We can't film a public tour really. So I would love to visit.
If they're watching, give us a call, give us a holler.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Amy, do bats count in your fears? I don't think you're as scared of bats as I am, are you?
You know what is so weird, and it doesn't make sense really. There's something about birds that creep me out. I think it's the legs and the beak and like the eyes. But bats are almost cute.
I think until you realise they're bats though, you get a bit startled.
I'm scared because I assume it's a bird and then I realise it's a bat and I go way more calm.
Yeah.
Tell me how that makes sense. I don't know.
Thank you, Maxie, for the super chat.
Thank you, Maxie.
And Jody as well.
And Jody, thank
Jody,
you so
in
much,
your investigations, have you ever come across a baby spirit? Love you guys. I don't know if we've heard of baby crying, haven't we?
There was one, and I heard a baby crying or screaming, and that was at the old hospital on College Hill, and I think we were in a maternity ward.
Right, I do remember that. Yeah, and we haven't released that yet, have we?
We haven't released it, and it was a bonus video as well, so I don't know.
It might be in the main video. We'll see.
We'll see.
We have been to places where there's like a baby graves, like the Kapunda Cemetery and a few other places. So we have investigated that before, but I guess it's just hard to communicate because how are you going to communicate to a baby? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sad to think about, but I've heard that. I don't know if that counts, right?
D, what's the oldest building you've investigated? Would that be?
Ooh.
We've been to like pyramids in Chichen Itza and all sorts.
We didn't really get to investigate them, but I would say that it's got to be somewhere in
Oxford Castle, maybe. Or?
Oxford Castle is pretty old. That was pretty old.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, we've got some coming up in England that super old places. Like super old.
I keep losing my place here. Would you do a meet and greet with your fans? Asked Jessica Bramley.
We really want to do that. Yes,
we are doing some. Are those local events in solid yet?
I don't know.
We might. Okay, I will just say we might be doing some public events here in our hometown of Adelaide this year, but because they're not solid yet, I can't really give details. And it's been organised by someone else, not us.
Yeah.
So that just follow us, and if you're from Adelaide, follow us, and we will announce them when we know that they're available.
And I think we had some pre-COVID stuff planned. Yeah. We wanted to do some meet and greets while we were traveling, like overseas, but I was a bit worried traveling with COVID. And I mean, at some point we did catch it, so we had to lock down, and that caused a bit of chaos. But
Brandy, does the home you live in have activity?
You know what? Like during lockdown, we did a lot of experiments with my dolls up here, right? And even whilst I was gone, I heard some stories from my family that we left the dolls.
So our room was the spare room I was gone.
Yeah. So I think maybe like we'll publicly talk about that at some point. But I've had things that have happened away from investigations, and whether that's something following you, I don't believe that I necessarily have attachments or anything like that. But I've definitely had activity after an investigation. I say like a hotel room, something happens, you're like, ooh.
Rick and Havoc, do you think historic layers can experience each other? I think maybe. Like I think the whole residual haunting theory sort of blends in with that a bit, right? like ghosts stuck in a loop in their time frame doing the same thing over and over. Isn't that like what a residual haunting is?
Well, yeah, but can like a ghost from the 80s experience a ghost from the 1800s?
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I mean, I think anything is possible. These days, I'm just so open to believing.
Yeah.
Not that I believe everything. I try to be skeptic, but I try to be open at the same time where I'm like, it's possible. Like, why not?
Lee Brown, what's the hardest event you've had to deal with on an investigation?
The hardest. Okay, we had a very traumatizing event at Brushy Mountain State.
Yes.
That one's coming soon, so I don't know if I want to say
That
what
is-
happened.
For me too, that one.
Yeah. So, what's the hardest though? We've had to deal with things like, we investigated somewhere recently and there was a rave going on next to the haunted location.
Yeah.
Or nightclubs that are next to the haunted location, and just like dealing with things like
I
that.
guess they're good examples of when things go wrong.
Oh, we've been followed. Some dude followed us in
That town where Dracula was born.
Sikishora.
Yeah, Shikishora. Yeah, it was the town where
Is that
Dracula
right?
was born. Yeah, Vlad Tepes was born.
Yeah, some guy, like, I don't know if he was trying to attack me or mug me or something, but he
Bit of both.
lunged at me, and then he followed us through the cemetery, and that was pretty scary. So.
Thanks, Jess, for the super chat. Sorry, we've already answered that question now, so I'm catching
Thanks,
up, but we
Jess.
appreciate that. Jay, thank you.
Jay, thank you so much.
How long until you can plan an investigation with subs? I know others want to know about this.
Yeah, so as Jared mentioned, I might just say to them, if you're in Adelaide, and I know you're not, Jay, sorry, but if you're in Adelaide, follow Adelaide's Haunted Horizons. They're like my best buddies in the ghost world. They're organising some events very soon that we'll be at. I think that's okay to say.
We'll be running some investigation.
Yeah, like, so we
stuff.
will be doing that. But
Yeah.
I think, as I said, overseas, we definitely want to do some things next time. But this time I was so scared to even travel because of COVID, and I just felt like we're going to get stuck, and I'd hate also to have gotten other people sick or something like that. So I think now things are starting to get a bit better. Like, we'll probably definitely look at that next time we sort of head out. So I think that'd be great.
Shadow 6, yes, it's out of beta now, so it's public now, so everybody has it. Marco, what do you think of the stories behind Skinwalker Ranch?
Oh, I think that they're really interesting. I think delving into things like that would be sort of cool, but I don't know enough about them to sort of comment really. But I think things outside of the typical like ghost realm would be very interesting to
me. Jaro, when are you guys going back to Fort Santiago I think that's in the Philippines, I think, right? They've recently opened the underground jail cells. Oh, that's so cool. They were closed when we were there.
That is, yeah. I mean, we loved the Philippines. Yeah, I think that would be really cool to get down there because obviously we wanted to last time we were there. But
Comfort Eagle, are you going to have a Halloween special this year? Right, I'm just
It's coming.
I'm falling behind, so I'm just jumping ahead now. Sorry. I'm going to jump ahead because we're way behind. Chrissy loves ghosts. Thank you so much for the super chat.
We appreciate
sending
that.
love to Rockingham, WA. And Chrissy would come to Adelaide for a meet and greet for sure.
Oh, that's so cool.
Peter, thank you for the super chat, Peter. Love the channel, guys. Keep doing what you're doing and keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you. We will try.
Everyone, and I'm not referring to everyone. Someone called everyone. Are you familiar with this? Thank you for the super chat, firstly. And are you familiar with the stories of the ghosts from the tsunami in Japan and your plans to investigate there down the track? Love you both.
Yeah, I've watched, was it on Netflix? Like, there was a special about that. And I think that is interesting. I would love to go to Japan.
Yeah,
they have a lot of ghost stories and urban legends, like the tsunami stuff and beyond that as well, that I think would be really, really interesting to delve into. So maybe, hopefully one day.
Jen S, is the app like using a Ouija board and is it safe? It works a lot different to a Ouija board, but even with Ouija boards, I would say, actually I won't say my opinion on Ouija boards because people are on the fence. Yeah. I don't want to start a debate. With our app, so there have been no instances of anyone having anything negative happen as a result of using them, so I would say that they're perfectly safe.
Yeah. And I
they're an experimental tool, right?
It can come down to your intention and that as well.
Yeah.
And just with any time you reach out to the paranormal world, like, who knows, you could get a response, you may get nothing.
That'd be just as dangerous as any other tool. So if you think all the other paranormal tools are dangerous and that, you know, you can't cope with using them, then maybe it's best not to. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
the same as any other tool. So
Yeah.
whatever advice you'd take for any other tool. Jessica, would
Thank
you take a
you.
fan out to hunt? Thank you for the super chat. And would you
Thank
take a
you.
fan out to hunt?
I think, as we said, like we would love to do some stuff, and you know, even just meeting some of our crypt keepers. And you know, recently we actually met someone when we were in England, and that was so lovely.
Yeah, we
And
met a
I
fan.
have bumped
yeah.
into a few. I don't know if I like to say fan, but
Viewer.
crypt keeper.
Yeah, fan makes us sound like we're up our own arse, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not.
We met a fellow crypt keeper.
Yeah, and it was so cool. It was at a haunted location. I don't want to say where yet because it was like a big special one, and that made it more special.
Yeah,
so it's always cool to. Oh, we've run into people at the shops back home in Adelaide. It's really nice to meet you guys.
I will just say, on our 6-month trip to America and the UK and Ireland, though, we only met one person. So if you're watching this and we met you, it's you we're talking about. Pam Warren, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Carson, I have a question for you and Amy. Yeah, go for it. Just ask it, and we'll try our best to get to it.
There's a lot here. It's amazing.
Is there any theatre or cinema locations coming up? Said Andy Bob.
Yes.
Yes, there is. There's
one. Was it England?
A
or
very
Wales?
grand theatre indeed.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It was actually quite active as well. So.
Yeah, it was. We had some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Rob,
so cool.
would you ever investigate a sunken shipwreck? We've tried. We tried that shipwreck down at down the coast. We went there during COVID.
Oh, that was exposed on the beach though. I think they mean an underwater one.
Oh, like
I
with
thought
scuba
about
tanks and stuff.
I didn't
Might be a
know
bit
how
hard.
I'd go underwater, and I was like, how would you take you'd have to take a K2 down a little Ziploc bag or something.
D Del, Amy, how's your mum when she's doing this stint with you?
Oh, she's very good. She's very happy we're home, I think. I hope. But we'll have to take her out again soon.
Bea wants to know, Amy, would you go back to the place where you saw a big snake and you guys went to Battery?
Oh, in
I would
yes,
go back there,
would.
but we would have flashlights on.
We would not be walking around in the dark.
No, that was very silly of us.
We'd be a bit smarter this time. Yeah, we would go back there. Loved that there.
AF Walker wouldn't go to Agiakura Forest. I think we would though. I think we want to go there.
I'd be interested to
Kate,
go, yeah.
Hi from Ireland. Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Yes, Ireland, yeah.
Carson, Jared, please, can you see my message? I got a question. I'm keeping an eye out, but there's lots coming through. So if we don't get to it, just make sure you send us an email on the website, okay?
Yeah, or a comment on this video once it's done as well.
Mike, every time you use GhostTube, it says demon. Does that mean there's a demon close by? Mike, not necessarily, no. So in GhostTube, words are selected based on magnetic readings, so it can also be triggered by nearby electronics, magnets, metals. So you just need to consider that when interpreting results. Not everything it says is necessarily paranormal, and I wouldn't be worried about that coming through. It doesn't mean that you're in any imminent danger or anything like that, okay? Meredith, thank you so much for the super chat. Meredith doesn't comment often and has missed many lives, but just wanted to say I'm here for you guys and support you fully. Peace and love from Colorado.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thanks,
I always say to people as well, they're like, oh, I missed the live or I'm late watching this. And I just appreciate anyone watching when they can. I understand everyone's got, lives and things going on. So I appreciate everything. Like
Elizabeth, come to Colorado and check out the Stanley. We have actually been there.
We went there
an old video
years ago. It's very old, so don't judge me if you watch it and you're like, what is this? This was one of my first videos. But yeah, I loved it. I would honestly love to go back. We were lucky to stay in room 217 as well.
Here's a good one. Angie, when are you releasing your Halloween merch?
It's in the works. I don't know when we'll release it. It's not quite done yet, but oh man, the drafts, they're epic. Yeah. I'm gonna say it. It's the best. It's so good. I'm really excited for it.
Scott wants to know, what was this curse that you kept going on about 2 weeks back?
Oh, the curse. Okay.
Are we allowed to talk about that yet?
Well, we filmed somewhere that some people get cursed at. And you'll see, it was actually for Halloween. It was the Halloween finale. Yeah. And we interviewed someone who had gone there. And they had both gotten sick. When we left, I got sick. But I kept getting sick for 2 weeks after? This is right at the end of the trip. It was very hard. Things kept going wrong. Cameras broke. Flights were delayed. Literally every hotel that we stayed at was a nightmare. And I don't know, there's a lot to unpack there.
Mm.
And I say, oh my God, we're cursed. And I was saying it almost jokingly, but literally like so much thing, like every day there was something that I'm like, this is the curse. So yeah, you'll hear more about that.
Doc Thompson, I think you two
Doc.
were down the road from me when you and Joey were investigating the North Carolina.
Oh,
so close.
That's so cool. We loved it over there as
Yeah.
well. Wilmington was really cool. And we're so like grateful we got to hang out with Ghosting Joey. Like,
I think
she's the
Ghosting
best.
Joey's in the chat, or she was. So hi, Joey, if you're there.
Yeah, hey Joey.
How did you get into ghost hunting? Was it like Zach Baggins, where you saw something when you were younger or something?
So I didn't see anything when I was like.
That's from Levy. Sorry, hi Levy.
Younger. Hey Levy or Levi.
Levi, yeah.
So when we moved to San Francisco, I saw a little girl I think I've done a whole video on this, in our apartment, and that's what kind of got me really interested in sort of figuring out how you can investigate. And that I had kind of always been interested in ghost, paranormal,
We'd go on
anything
ghost
spooky
tours
and
and stuff.
scary. Yeah, and like anything dark, I sort of gravitate towards. But I saw a little girl, and it was so vivid. So since then, I've been chasing something similar.
Sonia wants to know, Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess Castle, what was that like?
Oh, it
was cold.
It
was
But
cold.
you didn't bring a jumper, you silly fool.
I ended up wearing her cardigan, and it was very tight on my arms, like female cardigan.
But no, that was really cool. And I love to visit places like that have so much history, you know, and the lore around Elizabeth Bathory is just, it's gross, but it's interesting.
River Song, thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, River
And
Song.
they said some nice stuff about us as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
We've really upped the
everyone.
ghost investigation game. We appreciate that.
Oh, we've been trying really hard to up everything that we do. So yeah, thank you.
Lars asked, what were you both interested in before you were doing this, but just tuned in, so apologies if it was asked already. I think we did answer this. We did talk about what jobs we did before we started doing this. I was a cybersecurity consultant and Amy worked at a movie theatre.
But I think did they ask what we were interested in?
What we were
Mine
interested
would be horror movies.
I've always been interested in coding and being a computer nerd.
Yeah. So
do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So after I would get home from work, I'd make like computer programs and
I love
like
scary movies, so
it's well, we both
kind
still
of
do.
fitting to what we do.
Daniel Orders, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank
you should
you.
investigate St. Augustine, Florida. So many haunted locations.
Oh, I really
Florida's on our
love
list.
Florida.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we've been to Florida like many years ago.
How to train your Gavin? I'm staying in Chillingham Castle for 3 nights next month.
I
Any tips?
Jealous.
Any tips? 3 nights. Wow.
Oh, tips.
Tips. Yes, I got some tips for you about that one. The dungeon and the witch's room are open and accessible to guests all night.
Wink.
So if you find that there's other people investigating and they're in your way, just wait till late and then come out and you can do that. Same with the grounds, like the hanging trees in the grounds.
The grounds are scary.
Yeah, they are. Like the gardens that you can access anytime.
Yeah,
it's
that's
only
a good tip.
It's only like the keep, the castle, the main hall, and that are closed off after hours unless you've got a ghost tour or something like that.
And I would also say take recordings of things, because last time we were there, we had some things that came through later that we didn't realize.
Yeah, like we didn't notice till we played it back, like and edited a video.
Yeah.
And that was Spirit Box too, so you'd think we'd hear that.
Yeah, but I have fun.
Everyone, thank you again for the super chat. Would you consider doing a
you.
podcast down the track in your quieter periods? Would be cool to hear your theories in chat. Also, how's the book going, Amy?
Okay, so podcast. We've spoken about doing podcast. I think our plates are too full at the moment. And as far as book, like I think I've only told my patrons, YouTube members, I was trying to write a book at one stage. Since we were traveling, I was way too busy.
I think you've written 2 chapters and that was like 8 months ago. Yeah,
I didn't do anything while we were traveling on the road, because literally like every week releasing that video was so hard for me, where I was just like down to the nail every time. So maybe now I'm home, I'll have more time. I say that, but I probably won't, but we'll see.
Got a question, and I might be pronouncing this wrong. Debajoiti Roy. I'm just going to say DR, okay? DR wants to know, have you visited Waverly Hills Sanatorium?
Yes, that was like one of my hugest bucket list places, and we managed to get tickets for it for this trip. So that you might see that in October. I'm thinking of saving that for like a Halloween sort of thing, because it was so good the night. Like literally, it was so scary and so cool there. So
Natasha, what was it like investigating the Ballistics murder house?
That was terrifying.
Traumatizing?
Yeah, so I mean, if you haven't watched the video, go and check it out. But that was very sort of emotional for me. And I don't know where that sort of came from. Like, that just sort of hit me like a truck. And part of me now reflecting on it, I'm like, okay, there was a lot going on, but also just feeling that history there. Like, it's so bad what happened, like so horrible what happened there. Maybe that's what was sort of coming through. But yeah, the noises that we had, the Vox session there.
Yeah, that was insane.
It's just
that shocked
heartbreaking,
me, actually.
but it was full on. I think that's one of our best investigations ever.
That was really good.
So yeah.
Barbara, I got a juicy 4-letter word on GhostTube last week. Is that normal?
Barbara, juicy.
Juicy. I want to know what that word is.
What was the word?
I
What was the word?
Don't know,
Cool. Okay.
do you have any plans for new apps, Levi? We have lots of projects planned.
Yeah, we've got lots of ideas.
I think this community feature Explore, this will probably occupy us for the next couple of months because we expect there'll be bugs, and we'll probably put out a version 2.0, with better features and update it a bit more. But yeah, we do have projects planned after that, but we can't share anything right now.
We can't, top secret right now, but and if, our future projects, my patrons and my YouTube members, we usually open it up for them for testing and share a bit more information on that side of things. But we definitely have some big ideas. But I do think we want people to start using GhostTube Explore, see how that goes, and maybe it will morph and take
that might pivot into something else.
We'll see.
Comfort wants to know, do you find it frustrating as I do when other paranormal investigators don't know how to use SLS properly and state that false positives are spirits? Yeah, look, sometimes, obviously, we made the app, so we're pros with it pretty much. I think we'd know it better than anyone. And of course, sometimes we see videos like, yeah, that's just the mannequin in the background that's triggering that, right? Like, it can be frustrating, but we try not to get involved because we don't want to what's the best way to put it? Like, we don't want to tell anyone, we don't want to seem like we're gatekeeping our app and telling people how they should be using it and they're not doing it right. Like, we don't want to seem like that, so we just...
And I think as well, for me as an investigator on YouTube, I've had people comment on things and say, that's fake, or you guys are having us on, sort of thing. And it doesn't feel good, especially when you know that, hey, this is what we did and this is exactly what happened. And maybe those people are getting false positives, but if they genuinely believe that this is a spirit or something, I don't want to be the one to say, nah. So
if they ask our opinion, we'll be honest, for sure. We sometimes have people send us photos and I'm like, yeah, that's just...
What we just try to do is do our best to use the tool how we think it should be used properly, and then try to put, I guess, knowledge, education out there so that people can sort of learn. And
yeah, we also modified the tutorial to give tips about false positives, and we even make a little pop-up come up. So we're trying our best to educate people on how to properly use the GhostTube SLS tool, but we won't ever get in a comment argument with anyone or anything like that. So we don't do that.
I get it though. Sometimes I see things and I'm like, oh, should I say something? But yeah.
So Jen wants to know, so which is the beginner friendly one, Explorer? Not sure what they mean by that. They might have been replying to someone. Will you do any more blind investigations not knowing about the location, like Slenderman House? That's from Andy Bob.
Andy Bob. We had some ideas of things that we wanted to do while we were traveling, and they didn't really work out. But I think it would be cool going in more blind somewhere, or doing the research after investigating somewhere. But I think for us, the problem was that whilst we were traveling, there was just so many big places we wanted to hit that have very known histories.
I think back in the day, I mean, we still consider ourselves amateur, but back in the day when we were really amateur as well, we'd just go in and just investigate. Whereas now we only do places that we book out properly and get permission and all of that sort of thing. So it requires a lot more planning now. So it's a little bit harder to go to a place without, and we don't have a team of people helping us. It's just us. Like, if we had someone that books all these places for us, and sure, we might be able to do that.
Yeah.
But we're normally pretty researched just by booking the place. We already know all about it. It's hard to avoid that now.
But we've spoken about doing things like that where maybe one of us is blind or something, you know. But
Daniel, will you start a Discord? Probably not. We just got too much going on. I don't think so.
Yeah, and people always say, "Oh, I'll run it for you," but then I feel bad, and I'm a bit precious about everything we do. So
Levy, can you use the Estes method with GhostBox? You can, but we are still tweaking it. We don't use it yet because we found that the noise isn't loud enough for the headphones that we're using, so we're trying to work on ways to improve that. So you can try, and if you can get it loud enough so that you can't hear the environment, then it might work. But headphones should work with it for sure. The only thing I won't do is I won't record the responses because the responses are coming through the headphones and the microphone is on the phone, if that makes sense. So
we've been trying.
We are trying to look at ways we can implement that feature properly. We do have another super chat. Thank you to How to Train Your Gavin. How are you both going to celebrate 200k subs?
I know it's coming
Whoa.
up. I think we're like 150
what are we at? I don't
off
even
or something.
know.
Like maybe it's very close. I was secretly hoping we would have it by the time this went live, but I mean we're already like celebrating the GhostTube Explore coming out, and we'll get to celebrate 200k soon. I don't know. I don't drink anymore or anything. I haven't drank in like 3 years or something.
We sometimes do what we call Friday night drinks, and we just get like a flavoured soda that we haven't tried before and drink that. We neither of us drink now, so Will, how do I send evidence to you guys? We actually get a lot of requests like that, and so for that reason we don't actually accept anything. Sorry, Will. Also, our inbox rejects emails that are too big anyway.
So another thing that we wanted to do was create GhostTube Explore so that people had a way to share their evidence and share it with a wider community. So we want to maybe down the track implement video uploads, but if you have photos or a story, you can post it and definitely tag the location as well because it'll, stay under the location. But you can also upload YouTube links to it as well. So if there's something very compelling, put it on GhostTube Explore. That's actually the easiest way to share it with us and get us to see it because we're going to be on this like looking at everyone's posts so hardcore. But you can also reach a wider community of people that might have some input on it as well. So that's another one of the reasons we wanted to do this, because so many people are like, can you look at this for me? And sometimes it's very challenging for us to look at so many. So.
Charles Hislop, I can't get the new app. So there is no new app. It's a feature in the existing app. So just open the other apps that you've got on your phone and it should be there. But if you have issues, go to ghosttube.com. Rob K, do you still use Randonautica?
I only used it during COVID.
So not really.
Nah. But I had fun with it when we did use it. Did we do this super chat up? Sorry, this yellow one.
Where?
Oh no,
we did do that one.
I don't want to miss any. I'm a bit scared of that.
Let me look here. Any more questions? Looking for questions.
There's so many comments and stuff. I just want to say thank you again, guys. It's so lovely to interact with you all.
Preston, is Explore only accessible in Premium GhostTube? No, Explore is free for everybody and it's available on all apps for everybody. If you don't see it, just head to ghosttube.com and hit the Explore link, but it should just be in any of your apps now. Just make sure your apps are up to date. You've got the latest version 5 or higher.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. And this is something that we know that people have wanted in the community for a long time. And we've built this, but at this stage, it really needs user-driven content. So we really need you guys on there posting it, using it. That is the way that it's going to build. So we hope that it doesn't just sit there as like some feature that's not really used. We really hope the information gets onto the app, if that makes sense.
Papa Bear's Kitchen. Dinner's ready. Everyone be safe. See you, Papa Bear. Hope you enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, enjoy dinner.
Jen, so how many apps do you have? So we've got 3, right?
So we've got GhostTube, which we just call, it's just GhostTube, but we say GhostTube Original. Then we've got GhostTube Vox, GhostTube SLS, and this is just a new feature that you'll be able to access from any one of those apps. So it's kind of, as we said, a value add that we want to give more value to anyone using any one of the apps. So
thanks for the super chat, Kimmy. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Kimmy. That's amazing. Cheers.
Okay, just looking at a few of these. Sorry, catching up. Thanks, Leah, for the super chat.
Thank you, Leah.
Thanks for the soft drink fund. So appreciate that.
Right now, I have a coffee mug, but I have juice in it.
It's actually morning here for us now. Like,
Yeah.
we've blacked out the window so it looks dark for you guys.
I've got all garbage bags on the window. Oh my god. Does it look like it's nighttime?
Yeah, we tried to go for the nighttime look.
Because it's 10:30 in the morning for us when we started this live.
Will you guys ever use the advanced SLS camera on investigations instead of using GhostTube SLS?
We've actually used it before.
You won't be
sort
dealing
of
with false
off-camera.
positives on the Connect. I actually disagree with that. I think you do get false positives on the Connect because we've used one before.
And we've used them sort of side by side with the GhostTube SLS. So.
I don't think we have a need to use them. I think we like using GhostTube SLS, and I think we find it's just portable. Like, it's much easier to use, set up, share videos. So I think it's just our preference. We probably won't go for a Connect. We've also, because when we're traveling too, we've only got 2 backpacks for all of our gear, and a Connect's just a big chunky thing. So yeah, I think we'll stick to GhostTube SLS, to be honest.
I think for us, yeah, so we travel very light. When we initially started my channel, we literally just backpacked. We had a backpack each, and that was it. My backpack wasn't even a proper backpacker's backpack. It was a school bag. Now we have more equipment, so we have a backpack each that's just full of gear,
and it's crammed.
And then a little suitcase.
There's no room for anything in there.
It's so cramped. So I really appreciate that I can get a lot of tools just on, this is my phone, and it makes it a lot easier, and we found it to be quite accurate.
Carson Young, is the GhostTube app actually work and show magnet stuff? Yes, so if you get a magnet or another phone or something like that and hold it near your GhostTube app in the right spot where your sensor is, you will see the magnetometer react, and you'll actually see it in our videos. Like, sometimes, especially prisons have like these
a lot of
iron
bars
and iron handrails on the staircases, and they always trigger it. And we always will say that in our videos as well, and just say, hey.
We've also done some experiments at home. Do you remember that one we were playing a paranormal game? I think I had my electric blanket on my bed, and you could see the magnetometer on GhostTube going up and down, like in waves, as the electric blanket was pulsing, I guess. But we had the K2 on the bed as well. The K2 was doing the exact same thing, so it definitely can pick up.
Darren, what is your favorite non-app device at the present time? I could tell you probably my least favorite. Least favorite would be the K2. Would that be my least favorite?
You also don't like the REM pod.
I don't like the
He's
noise
always
of the
like,
REM pod.
shut that thing up.
I don't like the
but
noise
we
of the
need
REM
it
pod.
to.
It startles me because it's so loud, and then when it doesn't stop, it's like, it's like, it drives me nuts.
Wait, was it favourite or least favourite?
Oh yeah, they're asking for my favourite. So I guess my favourite. Okay.
We really like doing the Estes method.
Yeah,
Jared, it's
like
funny because Jared does not like the spirit box.
I don't,
but
he'll
I like
sit
there and listen to it with his headphones.
I said it in the videos recently, but like, I get into a little trance now. It's really weird. I don't know if I'm opening up to it more or something. I don't know, but when I get it, like, especially if I'm laying down, I can actually feel my, like, you know, when you shut your eyes and you see black, I see it spinning and I start getting this weird trance. It's really weird. I actually like it. It's like relaxing to me. I like it. So that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. But which I guess is just a different way of using a spirit
box on its own though, with a speaker. Ugh, can't stand it.
Doesn't make sense.
Darlington Ghostwriter, thank you for the super chat. I have an interesting question. For some reason, you access to any haunted places that is forbidden. Which one you investigate immediately?
Oh, okay. One of the places I've always wanted to investigate, and they don't really allow it, and I would love to have it to myself, is Tower of London.
Yeah. They're probably too big for our shoes.
They're so busy as well. Like when you visit there, say just during the day, it
would be cool though.
It's just pumping. But I would love that.
Sarah, do you guys find evidence you missed after upload? Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Chillingham Castle, our original Chillingham Castle video from years ago, that happened.
Or is that after upload to YouTube? Because I have had people comment on videos that I've done in the past and like, hey, did you notice this? Or I heard this. And I think that that's the coolest when, you know, a lot of people will say, hey, I heard this, I heard this, I heard this. And it's just maybe they interpreted a spirit box response or something different than I did. So I think that that's really cool. So definitely people see a lot in my videos that I miss. Like,
Welch, did you ever bring a dog on your investigation? I don't think we have we?
We spoke about it.
We took the kids.
During like COVID, when we were stuck for content, we did a ghost hunting with kids episode, which didn't do too well on my channel, but honestly, like, I think it was one of my cutest videos I ever did. I love that video. But we were talking about doing other things, and one of them was taking a dog out. And I would love animals. I love dogs. I would love to have a dog, but I don't because we travel so much. I think it might just be unfair on the animal whenever we leave. But we were scoping out people's dogs.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it'd be so cool to take, this dog or this person's dog.
Doc, Jared, Explore's not synchronized through all 3 apps at once. If you post to one, it takes 24 hours to show up on all 3 apps. It's probably a caching issue, but if you post something and it doesn't appear on one of the apps, just pull down and or refresh, and then it should be there. But yeah, I'll look into that. I don't think it's so much an issue. It's just more of a challenge of having 3 apps accessing the same. Like if you look at all the other social media platforms, like there's one Facebook app, they don't have 3. So we've got a unique challenge there that we're working on.
Like any feedback or anything that you notice, please let us know, because it just helps us improve it for not only you but everyone. So
yeah,
that's super handy. I appreciate that, Doc. That's cool of you.
Especially Rando, do you actually see the ghost, or is it just a feeling? I get a feeling sometimes. Like I've had feelings where I feel like someone's in the room, like I want to get out of here. It's normally when I'm setting up on my own and it's really dark. That's normally when it happens. Honestly.
I've definitely seen things as well before. I would say I feel more commonly, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that's just my own nerves and like psychology at play.
Yeah,
it could be, but I definitely can sometimes go somewhere and I'm like, it doesn't feel right here.
Douglas McGregor, thanks for the super chat.
Thanks,
love
Douglas.
You guys. Have you ever had any negative side effects while investigating the paranormal? You reckon I've acted weird before, but I swear I was just tired. What was that place? I forgot the name of it. Well, that has an edge. I was talking about the one in Australia, South Australia, that town, ghost town.
Oh yeah, that was really weird. How can you not watch that video back and not think that's weird? Anyway, there's some videos coming up and you'll see Jared act weird. I think for me, I was really sick in, what was the prison? Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
We've done a lot of prisons now. So
I get them all confused.
I think it was Shrewsbury. I was like ill, like really ill. But we definitely have had some weird things where we felt off and not right.
Exploring with Fluffy, thanks for the super chat. Much
Thanks,
love.
Exploring with Fluffy. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Stephanie said, Amy, I love how you just charged in the area where you hear a noise or you think someone's there. It's amazing. Like you don't show fear even if you're scared. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. I try my best to be brave. Honestly, like sometimes I'm pretty scared. But if something's going to happen, like that's what I'm there for. You know what I mean? So,
Tamara Holman loved the kids ghost hunting.
Oh,
that one was very hard to film.
That was
we won't be doing that again anytime soon.
That was a challenge, but it was really cute. I actually watched that video recently just because I was like, oh, I was traveling and I missed my nieces and nephews, and I was like, I'm gonna watch that.
Stephanie, do you think you may have any psychic ability?
You know, we've both had moments.
We just finished there you go.
Had a moment.
Just had another moment.
We've both had moments, but I don't claim to be psychic.
Me neither.
And neither do you. So,
No.
I mean, who knows? And maybe
I've had feelings where I feel like this is really creeping me. I want to get out. I've had that. I don't know if that's psychic or empath or if that just me being scaredy cat.
I've said a lot of things. Like I'll say something to Jared, and then it'll happen.
She has predicted stuff before.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to talk about this one day, but can I just tell them about your ring? Amy's shared with me a few moments in her life where she's predicted stuff, and I won't go into all of them. Just this one.
And again, like I'm not saying.
She once told me that one day she said, "I reckon this ring on my finger is going to break soon," and then that day it broke. Did I tell that story right?
Well, it was more like, oh, I'll be really upset when this ring breaks, and then it broke
that day.
And I'm like, I don't know how that broke.
So it's a pretty useless power because it's like you can only predict like a few hours into the future.
But I mean, I've definitely had. For investigating, there's definitely been things that I'm like, oh yeah, I feel this. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just what I'm thinking or feeling. And I try to share that in my videos, but whether it means anything or,
Shadow 6, do you cleanse yourself after an investigation?
No. So someone asked me this sort of recently, and my response was kind of like, so in the past, I've had some mental health difficulties. And I'm in quite a good place now, but I still have moments. And what I just do in my life in general is try to not stay clean, but try to stay like as steady as I can. So I do things like I mentioned before, I don't drink anymore. And that's a big reason why I don't drink, is because it helps protect my mental health. So I think just living a life like that might be in a way cleansing or helpful,
Mm.
but it's not necessarily
Keep
to
out the
deal with-
spirits. Bad spirits.
Yeah, don't even drink them, guys.
Um,
So maybe that is my answer to that.
Everyone, thanks again for the super chat.
Thank you.
Would you like
Thank
to
you so
collab? Who would you like to collab with? Who's your fave?
Oh, so I got the chance to sort of collab with, but not in person, on a project with Brittany Crabb and John and her brother Jonathan Crabb recently, and you guys will see that coming up on my channel soon.
It's just a video chat, yeah.
So another paranormal creator, definitely check out her channel. So it's just Brittany Crabb on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I would love to meet them and work with them in person. That would be really cool. But I've been so fortunate on our trip. We did get to meet with and actually collaborate with some people who have followed, been friends with, and like looked up to for a long time. So Paranormal Quest, we filmed at Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Ghosting Joey, we filmed at the North Carolina Battleship. And in the UK, we got to meet up with Paranormal Scholar, which was amazing, and we investigated the Bronnie Garth Hospital with them, and that was so cool as well. That hasn't aired on my channel, but if you don't follow Paranormal Scholar, definitely check them out on YouTube. They do really cool content, and it was cool to have them on location. So
Danielle, have you done the Old Adelaide Jail? Yes, we have.
Yes,
so go check
I
it out.
love
We've
the
done
jail.
I think that's Amy's first video ever.
oh my
So
god,
go check it out.
don't watch that.
Um,
We need to go back as well soon.
So, what's your favourite building to investigate to date? Asked Levy.
I think I've loved so many. Well, the Velisca, I think, has been one of my faves because it was so scary. Like, it scared me. So I think that yeah, we both enjoyed Sally as well.
Yeah, we did.
That was
That was
actually
fun.
kind of interesting.
Peter from Tasmania, thanks for the super chat and hello.
Thanks, Peter. Oh, and Tassie, yes, we want to visit Tassie again.
Another
soon.
Peter, any plans for Gettysburg? I think that's on the list for next time for sure, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, am I saying it wrong? I said Gettysburg, sorry.
It's
Gettysburg?
Gettysburg?
Gettysburg or
right?
Gettysburg? Can you tell us in the comments?
I think it's. I've always said Gettysburg.
Yeah,
I've
always said Gettysburg.
Okay. I would love to, yeah. That would be really, really cool. Maybe one day. We want to go back to the States so bad already. We've been home for like a couple days.
Jen said you said you would with the Foreman brothers. We nearly did with them on this trip, but just timing and where we were going to be didn't align, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry.
We
were trying to meet up with those guys, and we sort of had a location and stuff. It just didn't.
It fell through.
The worlds didn't align, but I think in the future, next time we go back, we'll probably reach out because that was kind of on us. We're very last minute with everything we do.
DA loves the Paranormal Scholar. Cool.
Oh yes,
so that's coming up.
Yes,
so
that is coming up.
Yeah, that'd be a cool collab.
I'm not sure when that's coming up.
So does Darlington.
That
as
was.
Well.
Yeah, we actually had the best night there.
We did have fun with them. Yeah, it was fun. I hope they had a good time too.
Yeah.
Stacey, did you hear that Dave and Ryan will be in your area in November? Yes, we did.
Yes. I know all about it. I'm really excited. And for me, like being from Adelaide, like no one comes to Adelaide. And I think Adelaide's like amazing. So I get really excited if anyone's ever going to visit Adelaide. I'm like, yes, I'm just like, we're going to take them everywhere. We're going to do everything. It's going to be the best. So.
Kylie, Beechworth Asylum?
Oh, we were going to go there. That was...
Was that during COVID?
Well, during COVID, yeah. I had this whole Halloween thing planned, and then the whole thing fell through because of the border closures and everything. But yeah, that was... So maybe now we're home, we'll have to go for a visit, but yes.
Lars has been dry for 3 years. Congratulations,
Go,
Lars. Yes. I think 3 years is about how long we have been too.
I reckon as well. It's going to be around that. Yeah.
Would you do a bloopers video? I feel like we just leave our bloopers in now, don't we?
Yeah.
All the birds swooping at us, that's bloopers, right? I don't know.
We could compile them. I could just do a freaking bird and
make a rap video out of all the
Yeah, we could have a whole video just us screaming.
Welch said it's a hard G. So is that Gettysburg? Rickon, hard G. Getty?
I would say
Jetty.
Gettysburg.
Okay.
It's not Jetty. It's definitely not.
All right, sorry, skipping ahead here,
Thank you for all of the comments and everything, guys. My eyes aren't good enough to read them from here, so Jared's doing it.
Thanks, Stephanie, for the super chat. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Queen Mary,
you're
Peter.
All amazing.
Yes, Queen Mary's on our list.
Yeah, we wanted to go back as well.
Peter, have you been to the Lizzie Borman house? I think it means Borden house. Have you been to Lizzie Borden house?
Yes. We have a video coming up about
Very
this,
soon.
and
That's
it
fun.
was weird.
It was weird.
So yeah, we've got another one. That was one of my earliest videos as well. That's the second time I've been there.
Darlington, will you guys visit places you couldn't go in Australia again for the second time, like the ones you had planned but couldn't because of COVID? I think so. I think on this next 6 months we've got time to go do that now, so I think we will.
I definitely want to. We have some really amazing haunts in Australia that aren't highlighted as often on places like YouTube. So I like to share those places with everyone.
Chrissy, thanks for the super chat.
Thanks,
and yes,
Chrissy.
we're very excited to be near 200k subscribers now.
I
So
know.
thank you
I
for
actually
that.
can't fathom that. That's crazy.
Carson, is there a vid or no? This is the vid this week, so no vid this week.
Video,
We're honestly we planned to release Explore when we got back home, so that we could be home in case anything went wrong and we needed an office and stuff.
In case something crashes.
And also we needed a week off because of jet lag, so we're quite jet lagged right now. Like I was up at 3:30 a.m. this morning.
I've been waking up at 3:30 a.m. every day, ready for dinner.
Elizabeth, what is a super chat? That's just where people can pay a little bit extra to get their comment highlighted with like a little GIF. So it means their chat messages stand out to us more. Though I just saw yours and yours wasn't a super chat, so we still see everyone's chat messages.
So we appreciate every comment, not just the super chats. And we never expect them, but
if we get them, we will read them out for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is on our list? Did we miss any of this stuff that we needed to talk about?
How are we going for time? I don't even know.
I think it's been an hour.
Wait, what time did we start?
10:30, so it's been over an hour.
Been over an hour.
So we had some things on our list we wanted to talk to you guys about. What's on the list? What haven't we done?
So sign up, guys.
Yes, sign up.
Use Explore.
I did have someone say they had trouble signing up, but I can see that people are signing up. So
so we'll have to look into that.
So if you have issues, just head to GhostTube.com, send us an email.
Yes, send us an email. But we really want people to sign up, post on the app, start using it, because that's how it's gonna work. Like we would really love for this to become a thing, and we realize that it could sort of fizzle out and not really be used. But we've done our best to make a platform that we feel is pretty strong and that are usable. So go on, just have a look at it, use it, post your ghost stories, post about any experiences you've had. I would love especially to see some places like anyone in Adelaide, like if you can go and post.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, locations like Z Ward, Adelaide Jail, go and post and tell me what happened there. And I would love to just like sit there and read through and be like, oh, this is what everyone investigating Adelaide Jail had. Like, how cool. But that's the same with anywhere you live, like, any local haunts you have.
Thanks for the super chat, Joey. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
If there's a location that's your favourite that isn't well known, that you don't expect to be in the app, try searching for it and see if it's there. And if it's not, search anyway, because it'll find the place on the web and suggest it to you. And once you go to that place, it'll start suggesting it to us as a haunted location to add. So yeah, this is all user generated content. So as you guys start going to more locations, we'll start learning what other places that are haunted and suggesting them to people. So
for sure. And share your photos, share your stories, share your experiences, and make sure when you do, you tag the location.
Yes, that's really important.
Yeah, because that way, when people do look up, let's say I wanted to go somewhere local to me, like I want to go to
Adelaide Jail.
I can look up Adelaide Jail, I can click it and see about the jail, and then I can read all of the posts that have been assigned and tagged at that location. And I just think that would be so cool if it is properly used. And it'll be so helpful for investigations and people to see, I invested at Adelaide Jail, and in cell 6 I got the name Frank, and it's like, if everyone gets the name Frank in cell 6, that's a lot more compelling,
Especially random. I have another question. Would you ever do a ghost hunt with non-creator people like kids or teens? Probably not, to be honest. It was a once-off thing. Insurance issues and not something we're looking to do right now. Have a good night, Dale, Jay Lorenzo. I need some sleep. See you, Jay. Thanks for joining us. I actually think we're going to wrap up now anyway, because it has been an hour.
Yeah.
But I hope you all enjoy the new feature. I hope you've been enjoying our content from the US, UK.
There's more to come.
There's more to come.
It's not over.
So
There's
sure.
so much in the backlog.
When you get a notification from Amyscrypt in the next few weeks, it's definitely still going to be an international location.
Yes.
So don't
for
ignore
a
it.
few months.
So we're still got plenty of content to come.
But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching these videos, supporting GhostTube, like leaving us nice comments. New videos coming. Feedback. You please use this.
Use it.
Please. I'm begging. But if you have feedback or you notice something that's not working quite right, please
Send us
reach
an email.
out to us. Get on ghosttube.com. There's a contact form. Send us an email.
Comment on one of my posts, the
Yeah.
GhostTube official posts, because I'll see it and I'll...
Yeah, and we are constantly working to evolve and improve it. And that's not just GhostTube Explore, that's
All
also
of
if
the
there's
apps,
a bug on any one of the apps, something's not working right, we're constantly working to change that. If you've got any suggestions as well, like for me, I said to Jared, this needs a map feature. I need to look at a map and see
That is
where
coming, version
haunted
2.0.
locations are. So that's coming. But you guys might have a different way of thinking, different ideas that could be really, really useful. So please get on there and let us know how we can evolve it.
Thank you, Aaron, for the super chat. We appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Aaron. Yeah, you're so amazing, and honestly, like I'm so grateful every day for you guys. Like you've changed not just my life, Jared's life as well. And
Yeah.
it's just we're hoping this is another way we can foster the community and get you guys.
Especially random. It's an app. GhostTube is an app. There's 3 apps. You can download any of them. If you can't find them in the App Store, it might mean that your phone's not compatible. So head to ghosttube.com and you can find out. You can get direct links to it, or you can find out what the minimum specifications are. I think though that we've been on here over time now, so I think we might wrap up. Yeah. Is there anything on our list we needed to share?
I don't know. I think we said
Bye.
everything.
Well, yeah. No.
Mostly, I just want to say again, thank you.
Yeah.
Like we both appreciate you.
So I think we'll wrap up
Forever.
now. To close out, I'm just going to roll the ad again. Shall I just do that?
Cheeky.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you regular episode next week, regular time. Okay. So take care. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Introducing GhostTube Explore, a new social network and knowledge-sharing platform for paranormal investigators and enthusiasts. Search for your favourite haunted locations to learn about its history, ghost stories, to see evidence shared by other investigators, contact information, and upcoming events. Discover haunted places near you using GhostTube's new location-based features, or search for haunted locations in your country, state, or city. Share your own paranormal evidence, photos, ghost stories, and tips to help and connect with other paranormal investigators. Analyze photos and other evidence uploaded by fellow investigators at the locations you are investigating. Follow your favourite teams or investigators, discover new paranormal content, and interact with paranormal creators from around the world. GhostTube Explore can be accessed in your existing GhostTube apps. Just tap the main menu button and then navigate to the Explore tab to access the feed. GhostTube Explore is now available to all users in all GhostTube apps. Just make sure your phone is up to date and you have the latest version of GhostTube installed. If you don't see the feature in your app yet, just head to ghosttube.com. We'll see you soon on GhostTube Explore.